to the Experience Podcast. It's just me this week. We're doing another commentary track here. So I hope you enjoy this one. It's episode number 50. Elizabeth is finally on. So it's our first episode. As we're kind of continuing this tradition of trying to go through like everyone's first episode. We may go back to some others. I've seen some other kind of fan favorites that I've considered going back to, but for now we're kind of just going back through these. Sorry, I have some my throat's a little messed up. We're also playing with a new audio setup today, so hopefully it's better. I noticed the audio from like my audio would go in and out at times, so I'm hoping this is a little bit of a better setup. So we're gonna get going here. Again, we're gonna split this up. This is gonna be another three-parter. This is a little short. It's only 38 minutes, 39 minutes, I guess. So yeah, this is Liz's first episode. I don't remember what we talked about, so I'm reading the description here, and it says that we find out her darkest secrets. Okay, and TV shows she's watching. So this is TV shows. This premiered in June 2019. So yeah, I don't know what she was watching then. I don't know what we were watching then. So let's get into it. It's episode 50. So here we go.
That's probably going to be playing the whole time.
The construction noise?
Yeah. I
It's
just realized.
authentic.
Yeah.
What are they building?
I think it's a new apartment building.
Well, we have too many of those.
There are a lot.
And actually, when I was driving here, I honestly almost didn't turn on the street because I knew it was the street, but I'm so used to being able to see Publix from that intersection, but it's in the way now. And it also messed up all the traffic routes.
Why do we need so many off-campus apartment buildings?
Well,
Who's
I don't
living
think we've
here?
outgrown campus yet, but I think we are
Yeah.
growing as a student.
I don't think so. We've been pretty capped at
3,000-ish
yeah.
a class.
That's what I'm wondering.
I don't know.
Pausing here. Yeah, Georgia Tech has been somewhat stable. It grows a little bit each year, I think. I might have gone down one year actually, but it's pretty stable. And they've built a lot. So this is kind of what we're referencing, I believe, is sort of the north side of campus. But they've been building a lot of apartment buildings in like Midtown Atlanta, which is good. I mean, they needed some because there wasn't enough. There were a lot of people that, Midtown Atlanta had was kind of being developed a little more when I was there, and they needed a lot more housing. So I'm glad that they have it. Let's get back into it.
It seems like sometimes some freshmen, since they're not required to be on campus, will live in other dorms. Well, the freshmen who try to not live in freshman dorms end up in Woody's, which is really just not a good choice for them.
Or they just commute from home, which you could have, but that'd be a lot.
Yeah, I don't want to commute. My parents didn't want me to commute. That's a lot.
You could have. You of all people.
Yeah, I mean, I'm close enough.
Okay. Hello everyone, welcome to the Experience.
So we're pausing here. I was going to just figure this out. Elizabeth, for the record, lives. Her parents, I guess I should say. She doesn't live there anymore. Her parents live maybe like 30 to 40 minutes from the Georgia Tech campus. So that's what I was saying. Like, if you really wanted to commute, she could commute every day to classes. Not ideal, obviously, and she enjoyed the campus life, but she could have if she wanted to. Is what I'm just getting at. So okay, let's get back to it.
Podcast with me and someone else.
Wait, what?
This is the show.
Could anyone even hear you? You talk so fast.
I'm sorry. This is the Experience Podcast with me and someone else.
Hey, I'm Elizabeth.
We've been trying since the very first episode to get Elizabeth on.
We're pausing here. Do I normally say that too fast? You know what? I've gone back. Well, not gone back, but when I go back and edit and listen to these, I do notice sometimes I say it a little too fast. So, I'm taking advice from 5 years ago me. So it's 5.5 years ago, I guess. Almost 6 years. So, yeah, maybe I should talk a little slower on the podcast. Really mellow it out. Okay, let's get back into it.
This is true. I've been relentless.
Yes. I don't think we've asked someone more than Elizabeth, who has not been on already. What's going on? Why are you so busy?
Why am I so busy? I don't know. During the school year, I just did a lot of things with band and TA. But now it's summer and I had nothing to do, so
Okay.
here we are.
This is actually a special. This is our 50th episode.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, I feel so special.
That's
I'm like,
50 times we've tried to get you on. that you've said.
that I
you
haven't
said
come
no.
on the
Yes.
podcast. Man, I'm the worst.
Yeah, but this is the. Anyway, Elizabeth is here finally. Connor is not here. He's busy doing other stuff. He's working during the week, so this is we're recording this in advance. And we lost an episode. I'll just make that public. I recorded something with Connor earlier this week, and it got corrupt. The file got corrupted, so we just lost the whole episode.
That's sad.
Yeah, he made the trip here and record, and then it's gone. Anyway, Elizabeth, go ahead. You said you wanted to talk about something.
We're gonna pause here. I do not remember the episode that I had with Connor, that I recorded with Connor, that got corrupted. Like, I have zero recollection of anything concerning that lost episode. I labeled some other episodes lost episodes, but really they were, repackaged, audio that I used for something else, or stuff that we recorded that we didn't want to release or whatever. But this one, I guess, got corrupted. I don't remember it. I don't know what we talked about. I don't remember recording it. I have no recollection of any of it. I don't know what happened that day. But to be fair, I don't remember a lot of what happens in this episode with Elizabeth. So, maybe that's on me. Maybe I just need to stay back. I'm more on top of what's going on in my life. But let's get back into it.
I don't know anything to talk about. I don't know. Bachelorette fans, this is not
Okay,
a
go ahead.
Bachelorette podcast.
Yeah, go ahead.
But I'm all about Peter the Pilot, so we'll see how that goes.
Now leave your comments.
Yeah, leave your comments on Peter. Vote for Peter the Pilot at Hannah B. Although I don't know.
Well, this will come out next Tuesday, so there'll only be another episode.
Oh, that's true.
So you're gonna miss something.
So I guess we'll have to see.
Let's put in your predictions.
By the time they listen, the Luke P. Luke S. drama will be sorted out.
Probably.
I mean, okay. Disclaimer to the viewers: I really have only watched like half the episodes, and this is all just like hearsay from other people who've been telling me what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So, here we go.
And our listeners love The Bachelorette.
Oh, I'm sure they do. So, Luke P. and Luke S. are having all this drama. And the last episode this past Monday ended before the rose ceremony at the cocktail party, and she was trying to sort out who was telling the truth and what was going on. But what the biggest issue is, I think, is that Hannah B. really liked Luke P., but he's the one who's like the root of all this manipulation and drama and stuff, which is just like, this is too much. I mean, just fundamentally, The Bachelorette. Do you really think you're gonna find love between 30 random men on a TV show? They don't even get to eat
What's
the
the
food.
success rate? Like 3? Have there been 3 couples?
Maybe 4.
Including The Bachelor and The Bachelorette?
Yeah, there haven't been many that have actually made it.
Yeah.
For now, whatever, last season, Colton and whatever, the girl he picked, they're like together, but they haven't gotten married. I think they're basically just dating.
Do you know Jared Haven?
He was from Georgia Tech, right? He was on The Bachelorette or Bachelor.
I don't think he's from Georgia Tech. Was
Oh, apparently there was someone from Georgia Tech who like people knew who was going on The Bachelorette.
Jared Haven? No, he got married to someone, and they were in Bachelor in Paradise together.
No, I didn't know that one.
Well, that's it.
Like I said, a
I
disclaimer.
think her name was
not,
Ashley something.
Not dedicated to the show.
Okay. Well, that's it. And that's the show.
And we're gonna pause there for a second. It's always interesting going back to these episodes and like hearing what we were talking about, in contemporary times. And it's like, oh, they're talking about The Bachelor from 5.5 years ago. It's like, so, some of these episodes we try to make it more evergreen, right? But others, it's like sometimes you just want to talk about what's going on in your life right now, at that very moment. And so, and I think Elizabeth does that a lot. I mean, I'm not trying to like falter or anything. I mean, that's just the style that I do with Elizabeth. It's mostly like telling what's going on with each other, right? Because I think it's no secret. A lot of these podcasts are sort of a way for us to catch up with people that we don't see anymore, but that we were friendly with in college, and so yeah, that's part of the secret reason we keep doing these is just it's a nice way to stay in touch. So that's all I'm saying. All right, let's get back into it.
Show this week.
Have a good one, y'all. Prediction: Luke Pease may go home, and it'll be very tearful. That's my guess.
Have you been watching anything else?
Been watching anything else? I started watching Gilmore Girls finally.
Okay.
Even though that all already came out and was done at this point. I think it's been pretty fun. It's one of those just drama, kind of fun, relaxing TV shows to watch. Yes. I did watch a little bit of The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina on Netflix, and that show's just kind of spooky.
It's too spooky for you? Have you seen Riverdale?
I didn't like Riverdale. I got sick of the drama, like 3
that's
episodes.
That's the whole point of the show.
Yeah, I thought it was just too much. I was like, this is just too extra.
Well, I'll tell you, it gets so much more.
Does it get better?
Rachel and I have talked about it, yeah. No, not better. It's that on steroids.
More chaotic?
There's so much.
Well, because they're in Greendale, which is the same universe as Riverdale.
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, that's the point. They've talked about a crossover, but it's hard to do it.
It would be really spooky, though, because, I mean, not spooky.
Riverdale has gotten a little spooky.
Yeah. I mean, everything they film, it just looks like there's, like, like the color gray just over it. Like, there's no sunlight in Riverdale.
Riverdale?
Yeah. I mean, just from advertisements that I've seen.
Well, because they're trying to get that, like, teen angst audience.
I don't know. That one was a little bit just too much drama for me. I wanted to watch something relaxing when I wasn't doing school, because I was like, okay, let's just take a break. But yeah, Chilling Adventures of Sabrina was fun, but man, like, you know how some parents were crazy about Harry Potter and they were like, witches, that's like bad, and like Christianity and all this stuff? Like, they would be dead if they ever saw Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
Well, it's based on source material. Like, that's all. We've had other Sabrina material.
Yeah, but this one, it's like they actually have like a Dark Lord, and they like call.
Okay, well, that's Is it too much for you?
I mean, I've enjoyed it. I mean, it's been cute. I mean, I like Sabrina. She's a good character. They have good character development in the show. If you want to just overlook all the dark sorcery.
She's a fun character.
Yeah, I mean, Salem the cat doesn't talk like he did in the original. Or maybe not the original, but the Sabrina the Teenage Witch that I grew up with. So
it's different. It's teen angsty.
Yeah. What about you?
Audience.
Have you been watching anything?
That was a great tone. That was great.
Yeah. Are you watching TV?
What about you? Have you been watching anything?
Yeah. Tell me more, Daniel.
You been watching? I watch a lot of stuff. What have I been watching recently? Well, Black Mirror just came out yesterday. So Owen and I watched one episode. It was interesting. This one was about VR, which I feel like a lot of them are. And he mentioned that. He was like, another VR episode? This one's a little different, though, given what happens. It's basically two guys who were friends for a while, but then years later they kind of settled down. Or one of them settled down and got married as a kid. The other one's still kind of one of those... He's like that friend that never settles down, you know? And he's dating like...
I'm pausing here. I think I'm talking about the Anthony Mackie episode. I'm like trying to... like I said, a lot of going back to these episodes, like trying to figure out what I was talking about in the moment. I think I'm talking about the Anthony Mackie episode, if anyone knows, from Black Mirror. This is 2019. I'm trying to remember what I was doing in mid-June. Well, we probably recorded this, late May. But yeah, okay, interesting. All right, let's get back into it.
Some woman who's half his age, and they get a VR game, and it's like instead of like with the goggles and stuff, and it's Black Mirror, so it's they have it's like a little chip that you place right above your eyebrow, and it basically you turn into a zombie. Like you lean back and you're in this world, and you can feel everything. And they played like a fighting game.
Him and his young
his
girlfriend?
Friend. No. The two guys. The two guys. Yeah. But then again, in the game, you can feel everything. You feel all the same sensations. And I won't spoil what the rest happens, but you can
pretty gruesome, maybe.
Not gruesome.
Wasn't gruesome, just looking.
And so I'm not going to spoil it for the audience, but
gotcha.
They kind of it's a little complicated. And they go into like the family drama of that because one of the guys is married and he's got a kid, and they're trying to have another kid. He never wants to get with his wife. And she's like, we haven't done it in like a month, and we're trying to have a baby. He's just like, yeah, there's nothing wrong. I'm not cheating on you, technically.
Yeah.
And then, uh,
Interesting, but yeah.
which is kind of...
Was it anything like? Did you see Bandersnatch? The
yes,
Black Mirror one?
yes. No, I mean, it was different than Bandersnatch.
Well, that
obviously.
one. That one was different than most Black Mirror episodes.
That was
right?
a choose your own adventure. And that's why this is... So Black Mirror is usually released in December. There's usually like, I don't know, what, 8 or so episodes?
Mm-hmm.
6 to 8? 6 maybe? This one's only 3 because of Bandersnatch, and it's released in the summer. So it's pushed back 6 months, and it's only 3 episodes.
Interesting.
But they're all like over an hour, so it's...
Okay. So it's kind of fair, I guess, in a way.
Yeah, this one was interesting. Owen didn't like it that much. I thought it was obviously with Black Mirror, it's meant to mimic reality, and I think it kind of is. We already see that's what VR is often used for nowadays. I mean,
Yeah.
you can predict that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Obviously, and it's something. I mean, other than
So we're pausing here. One aspect in society that I think a lot of people would be surprised about is VR really has not made that much progress in terms of, capturing the culture since we recorded this episode in 2019, in the summer of 2019. Like who has a VR headset? Like how much more of the population now has a VR headset compared to 5 years ago? Like I feel like it's not as big of a difference, Like they really, I think a lot of people, if you told them, hey, in 5 years, VR is not going to make that much of a dent on society. Like they would say, no, you're crazy. Like it's the next big thing, right? For a while, it was the next big thing. And I think it still can be, but it's sort of hit a little snag where people, I don't know, I guess they just weren't as interested, right? I think a lot of like with gaming maybe is, I think people like the immersion, but maybe it's too much. I don't know. I really don't know. I can't explain why it never made as big of a cultural impact, but it really just didn't. So anyway, we're gonna. I'm done rambling here. We're gonna keep going for a few more minutes, and then we're probably gonna wrap up this first part because these are always 3 parts. Because if I didn't split it up, they would run way too long, and yeah, you gotta tease the audience. You gotta space it out. Really give you something to look for next week. You guys keep enjoying these commentaries, so we're gonna keep doing them. If you have ones that specifically that you'd like to request, I'm all ears. You can leave a comment or send an email to the email, and just let me know. Like, hey, can you look at this episode or whatever? Or, can you record on this episode? And I'll be happy to do it. So, yeah, let's get back into it.
than the physical technology, just the idea that that's how VR can turn into. Because they're supposed to be playing like this fighting game.
Yeah.
Like this stereotypical like ninja fighting or whatever.
Street Fighter.
Actually, yeah, it's a Street Fighter knockoff. But they realize when you give that, that's unfortunately that's what happens with that.
Oh, did you go see Detective Pikachu?
I did.
You didn't?
No, I couldn't get it.
It was so cute.
Yeah,
I loved it. I still haven't seen Endgame, but I prioritized going to go see
Detective Pikachu.
Detective Pikachu.
Endgame, you'll get spoiled. That's the problem. No one's gonna
Yeah.
spoil Detective Pikachu for you.
No, but I mean, I feel like at this point I already know what's going to happen in Endgame. 'Cause
You don't.
I mean, I think I know who's going to die and who's not going to die. I don't
Go
know what's
ahead.
going to happen.
Okay, let's go ahead. Elizabeth, give your predictions
Of who
of
dies.
Endgame, Avengers Endgame. What's the plot?
But what if I like ruin it? No, I have no idea.
Everyone
what
else in the
plot's
world
gonna
has
be.
seen it. It's made $2.73 billion. It actually has. It's made about that much money.
Okay.
It's the second highest grossing movie of all time.
Okay, fine.
Okay, your
so
plot prediction. Okay?
I think Tony's gonna die. I
Okay.
think Black Widow's gonna die.
Okay.
Natasha. I think Loki's coming back.
Okay.
I think Peter Parker's coming back.
Okay.
I think that Spider-Man: Far From Home will take place after
Let's take
Endgame.
it. Okay. Have you seen the new trailer?
I have not. I didn't want to. I
Well,
didn't watch the new
it says
trailer.
there's a little thing Tom Holland
It says there's spoilers.
There's spoilers for Endgame.
So I
Don't
haven't
watch
seen
it.
the new trailer. But
Okay.
isn't Jake Gyllenhaal the?
He is.
He's the.
You can
villain.
watch the old trailer, the previous
Yeah,
one from
and Jake
last year,
Gyllenhaal's-
whatever. That's not spoil. That doesn't spoil anything.
Yeah, so I've seen that trailer. But I haven't watched the new one because I didn't want to spoil Endgame. But at this point, I'm just like, man, are movie theaters even still showing it?
It is.
So-
Oh, they're gonna show it,
Yeah.
especially since Spider-Man's gonna come
Coming
out.
out.
So it
People
might get a
wanna
little.
see it.
We're gonna pause here. She got that pretty correct. It's pretty incredible. She mostly got there. There were like a couple things that she said that I don't think like I don't remember. I don't think Loki comes back, but yeah, she her predictions there. I mean, I don't know if she like read it online or whatever or something, but she pretty much nailed what like her predictions there on Endgame. We're gonna go a few more minutes, like just until this conversation wraps up, I think, and then we're gonna end the recording here.
Might get a little bump. Hold on, this
Yeah,
one
so
picture.
we'll see. I need to go see it. Hopefully, I'll get to do that sooner rather than later.
You
So
could
that
do it any day. You're not busy.
I mean, I'm kind of busy.
No.
Abigail's getting home from her trip tomorrow.
Oh well, of course,
And I have to go do errands with my mom.
of course. You have to go to Costco.
I have to go to Costco and the grocery store. We have to clean the house.
No, I'm.
Okay, I think we're gonna pause. We're gonna stop there. We're right around 12. Actually, we're at 12 and a half minutes here. So thank you all for listening to the first part. Come back next week, or if you're binging these, I guess you could binge these. Then you can just get to the next episode. So again, this is episode number 50. Elizabeth is finally on. Part one of our sort of reaction commentary thing. I mean, again, I don't listen to these, just for listeners, I don't listen to these ahead of time. So the last time I heard these was like when I was editing them years ago. So it's always interesting for me to go back to these like that. That's I do enjoy these, like just going back and listening, like, that's what we were talking about, anyway, that's the show this week, and thank you for listening.